Welcome to our project called Sand and Soul in 38, Florida. Come on inside. This home is a beach home where the client lives here full time, so they very much wanted it to feel like more moody, warm, cozy than your standard bright white beach home. We collaborated with Pfeffer Road on this project and Day Rick out of Nashville, Tennessee. We got our team from Nashville, moved them to Florida, and created this beautiful space. We're standing in the entry right now, and there's so many little features that are just a little more modern and hidden, such as these entry door cabinets that kind of fade in. And the client is super eclectic, so they brought in this piece, which I love, and we have been combining throughout this whole home a little bit of her things, a little bit of things that we have brought in that have really created this unique visual art all around. It's been an amazing project. Let me take you into it. So this is the living room space of the home, and we decided to play it up with a ton of patterns and funkiness, and you usually would take that into a bedroom, but this client let us just kind of run wild, and it was amazing. We have the most comfy striped sofa. In here, we have a gingham pattern. We tiled the fireplace and made it a little more funky. When you shoot back to the master and to the laundry room, we kind of created these alcoves of wallpaper that match, that kind of lead you in and create these more immersive experiences where you're walking through kind of this jungle type of wallpaper. And as you kind of, if you were live here with us walking through this house, that is kind of the feeling of the house. It's very artistic and exciting and very fun. The other component of this living room that I love is the views are the game in this whole house. So we created an outdoor-indoor experience with Pfeffer Road and Day Rick, where you can open up all these doors and you can truly see out to the ocean, out to the lake, and it's beautiful. This is the dining room kind of slash kitchen. They're very, very close together. And so far, the tour has been all wood. We have these white oak walls that we planned on doing a classic gray stain on. However, white oak can turn out really well when it's installed. It can be pink, it can turn really yellow, it can have a lot of streaking in it, and this wood turned out so beautifully, the wood that was sourced for this project, that we did not have to put anything on it, and it looks as though we did. In the dining room, we use these vintage chairs. I found them on, I think on Instagram, and bought them immediately. Did not know they would go into this project. Ended up painting them, recovering them, combining them with a walnut table in this really unique light, and that created the dining room. I absolutely love this kitchen. I think it's so creative. Our team kind of is known for coming up with these crazy island ideas every once in a while, and this one is one of them, because we have kind of this like tight and narrow space, but they also are a family who have older kids, lots of them. They're always doing family time, so we wanted as much seating around this island as we could get in this tight space. And so what we did was we created like a normal, island, and then we created 2 islands off of the side so that you can get a lot of seating in the front, and then on the sides we created separate islands. That way we could get more chairs. In a space this tight, to have 10 bar stools is a challenge, and we were able to accomplish that challenge by creating this very unique island design that I've fallen in love with. The cabinetry in here, we have your standard fridge, freezers, windows, hood. We used fantasy brownstone on the kind of the feature wall in the back, and then we used Taj Mahal in the middle because we wanted this to look totally different than the back wall. And then they have a pantry where they're able to have even more storage. The pantry is right off of the kitchen, and if you notice, we have every ounce of every wall covered in some materiality, whether it's wood, wallpaper, tile, plaster. Even the pantry, we decided to go with a wallpaper, so when you're kind of standing in the main spaces, the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, when you look around you, you look through to spaces that do have wallpaper. This pantry houses all of the appliances, so it gives you that kind of modern sense about the whole house. All of the hidden doors, everything's kind of put up, and it just feels really nice. Down the two wallpaper hallways that are off the living room, you have on one side this beautiful green laundry room, and on the other side you have this tiny little office, but it actually holds quite a bit of functionality inside of it. This is one of the most dynamic powder rooms that you'll find, I think, because there's so many fun elements. From this tiled vanity that we created, we customized an onyx sink in here, which is so beautiful. How the fabric is on this light is one of my favorite things. Wallpaper, stone floors, and we just think it's so cute. Welcome to the primary bedroom space. It's not huge. I'm seeing a lot these days where there's almost like a full living room inside of the primary, and I really like it in the architectural set, unless there's a reason that the primary stays very, very cozy and we're able to just do some creative things. In this space, we did a custom headboard that we drew, and we drew it to where the lights would come over the little cutouts that we did with the striped fabric that's really beautiful. We picked another fabric that we made a coverlet out of. So as much as I love a duvet and the fluffiness of a duvet, for this space we did the coverlet, and it seems to suit them and how they sleep. We did these beautiful palm leaf chairs and plaster wall and a wood ceiling, and it's just simple but very creative. This is the primary bathroom. We collaborated with Pfefferton Road and came up with this beautiful design that has so many unique elements. This countertop is a Palatino quartzite, super durable. We made it very, very thick, and the walls, so they go up like 75% of the way, and then we push the wall back to create like a tile border before you got to the wood ceiling. The baseboards in the whole home are extremely tall and very, very noticeable, and so we took that same height here and created a tile border around the bottom of the room. And in the middle is wallpaper. Pfefferton did the shower that I think is so beautiful, and it kind of hangs out in the middle of the space. Again, it's kind of like the kitchen. This is not a super massively large master bathroom, and we wanted it to feel open, so the glass, the full glass shower, helps to do that. This is one of the few guest rooms that are in this home. They have older kids who come back and they stay, and so we created them as guest rooms, but we kind of know who's staying in these rooms. So each one of them have their own personality. For this specific room, we did a wainscot wood, white oak, and we did a wallpaper above it. These rooms have off-centered windows, and so what we did was we just kind of moved the bed to one side and did a much larger side table instead of trying to do like two smaller side tables, because we knew we needed the storage, and I kind of like the asymmetry. It has so many fun, playful little fabrics. This shell antique lamp that we found, we even combined it with a little wall light. I have no problem with layering light, having wall sconces and lamps. This room has so many fun fabrics, and this is just one of the few guest bedrooms we'll be showing you guys. Bunk rooms, I tried to find any little spot in the house that might have been just storage or kind of wasted space and turn it into a bunk room. Everybody kind of needs one for extra guests, and when I do a bunk room, I like to do the built-ins. I find that they are, if you can find the right trim carpenter, you can get the budget down to where it's almost the same price as buying them. And then you have full control of creativity of that wood, and the size of the space that the mattress sits in. I think it's a little bit different when you do built-ins, because you can build them a little bit larger on the inside to where you can actually tuck in your bedding. I love wallpapering these spaces, and to find more affordable, cute things from off-the-shelf vendors that you can just make a bunk room really, really special for a more affordable price point. When you have a couple of different bedrooms in a house, you have to think of how is this room going to differ from the next. And we kind of took this kind of golden brown approach to this room. The sunset to this room is absolutely stunning. What we did was we found a pretty affordable bed. This is just like an online bed that probably anybody could buy, and we made this piece to kind of layer and stack behind it to give it some height, and instead of just buying a regular high headboard, we had this piece made and then picked a bed that was just off the shelf. We've got these cute little vintage chairs in here that I think are so adorable. I cannot exactly remember where I found them, but it was on one of my hunts and they fit perfectly into the color scheme of this space. I think this room is just gorgeous and tells a little bit of a different story than the other guest bedrooms. This home has the most stunning views. Almost every bedroom in this house has some form of a view to, it's an ocean, but before you get to the ocean, it's a little lake, and it is just one of the prettiest views that I've ever seen. Thank you for taking this tour of Sand and Soul in 38 Florida with me. We hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed designing it.